So Steven Gerrard will be joining Liverpool's academy setup in a coaching role, taking his first tentative steps on the path to management. I guess judging by this,
come on,
yeah, happy about that.
Fucking right.
Yeah,
I didn't want him to leave in the first place. I'm glad that he's taken a sort of low-key role as well. I think that's massively important. It's too many times you see inexperienced ex-players go into management roles when they're not ready for it, and I think Gerrard's going about this the right way, and it looks like Liverpool are cultivating a future manager.
Yeah, and
you can take a look at him and see whether he's going to be good enough, or you can help him develop, and that's the right way to do it. We talk about like a director of football role. Is there any better person to be a manager, even without a director of football, as someone who's come through the ranks of your coaching, who's come through the ranks of your club, who's a fucking massive legend of the game anyway, and then to hopefully one day be a manager, understanding everything about your football club, your fan base, everything. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think it's to have someone of that calibre who wants to be involved in your football club. I think you should have, regardless of whether he's got the talent and blah, 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 we should have been finding a role for him anyway, because you can't let that talent and experience go when it's available to you.
No, I mean, you look at Real, when Zidane stayed on and eventually he becomes the manager, a few years down the line. You don't want to lose talent of that nature. But what pleases me more than anything is the fact that he's not gone to Sky or BT to be a pundit.
Yeah.
The fact that he's staying in football, I think that's really brilliant.
I don't think he's got the personality for it.
Well, it's just really,
doesn't it put goals, does it?
It hasn't stopped Phil Neville, has it?
No, I have a joke. Steven Gerrard absolutely has the personality for it, but when you put a camera on him, that personality crawls back somewhere deep inside of him and fucking dies. So that's fine. But no, joke. But no, I think that's right, isn't it? Because we wanted Jamie Carragher to have a role, but I think you're right. It happened with Alan Hansen as well. I think you get comfortable when you start doing the TV and you realise
probably earn more money as well.
Well, yeah, but also when you start criticising people for a living, you start to realise that you don't really want to start putting yourself back into that world of being open to criticism.
I think Gerrard's done it the right way. He rejected MK Dons. I'm really glad about that. Came back to Liverpool. And
he's rejected. There's rumoured that he rejected a playing role with Milan as well. Isn't there? Massive money, and it just shows you that's the type of person you want at your football club, doesn't it? We talked about it in the summer where Klopp was after like the Mario Götze and all that type of stuff, and I think Gerrard coming in, he's not going to be on massive amounts of money. He doesn't need massive amounts of money, but the fact that he's taken a role in our academy shows you that he wants to be at Liverpool Football Club, and the money doesn't make any odds to him.
Yeah,
and we know from Gerrard that he just wants to be loved.
It's given something back as well, to be honest, because he's come through that route himself.
Yeah, I think it's right. I think there's a lot of this. Like, what should we be doing for Gerrard? But what should Gerrard be doing for Liverpool as well? Because you're right. I think there's it should. Yeah, we could make the case of Liverpool. If only and we said this when we were talking about Gerrard the other week. If only Liverpool had put better players around him, he'd have a much bigger trophy haul. But that's done and dusted. You're right. With the club that's brought him through, that's nurtured him, that's put him on this world stage, that's made him the man he is today. And I think it's great that he should be putting some of that back into showing the next generation how it's done. I'm absolutely buzzing.
And not just that, his dream has been to win a league with Liverpool, and he hasn't given up on that. The dream may have changed slightly. It might not be a playing role anymore, but he still wants to win that league at Liverpool. And if he's got a small part in the development of young players, or a large part in the development of young players, that brings us a league title, that will fulfil it.
I think it's a great point that Chris made earlier, Roopa, is that because a lot of people will be saying, well, great players don't necessarily make great managers. Like, yeah, no shit. No one's saying this is a guarantee that Gerrard is going to just stroll into the Liverpool manager's job and going to ride off into the sunset with loads of league titles. But what Chris said's absolutely spot on there. He gets to be under the scrutiny of the football club. Yeah. We get to see how good he actually can be. He gets to actually grow up with a generation of players as well. There's a chance that he could be taking younger lads and he could be the one to bring them up. But if he's not good enough, we'll know whether he's good enough because he'll have been in there day in day out. We don't need to bother with this, put him in the spotlight to find out whether he's shit or not, really.
Yeah, but he'll just inspire the younger generation. Like, there's people like, okay, yeah, I'm a girl, so I didn't join the academy, blah, blah, blah. But loads of boys will be really inspired to see Steven Gerrard there. They get to be coached by him, more youth. more talent.
Yeah.
And then
That's true,
in the
actually.
league.
I'd not
great
thought
point.
that because Everton have stolen a march on us in the last 10 years on local talent around the Merseyside area, and they've all been going to Everton, haven't they? This is one way where Liverpool fans will be going, and Everton fans will be going.
Coughs and sniffles from this
Sorry.
couch.
Is it both of them now? Have you given it to Roopa?
I've had it for about 4 weeks.
Oh my God! Well,
never
I'm
ending.
glad there's a divide here, to be honest with you. But no, it's about time that Liverpool stole a march on all the local talent, and every fucking one of them. I'm not asked if they're Everton fans or
You're
Liverpool
a
fans.
12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kid. You've got bags of talent. You're from the Northwest or beyond. Come to our academy and train with Steven Gerrard every day.
I'll be fucking knocking on the door. I'm 12. I'm 12.
Lucky.
Hey, I've had a shave for about a month. If I have a shave, I'm there.
Oh, you're in. Yeah, but that from that perspective, I think it's a magnificent it's a very shrewd piece of business. From that perspective, from an emotional side, I think it makes perfect sense because again, having someone who's got that passion for the football club involved with the football club can't be a bad thing. And you know, from a, I think boxing clever again. That not put, and I think it says in the Mirror article, Jurgen Klopp advised them not to be within the glare. Well, that's clever as well because Jurgen doesn't need can't be asked with the extra pressure on Jurgen Klopp. But also he's listening to that advice and he gets to put him in there. So we're not going to have Sky cameras on Steven Gerrard every week. How's he reacting to stuff, etc., etc., etc. Not being in the glare actually could end up being a really good thing, I think.
Well, absolutely, it's good all round because Klopp has got his team. He doesn't need anyone else in it, and he doesn't have to have Steven Gerrard back at the club. But he knows for the whole club, you know, the holistic thing. Someone like Steven Gerrard teaching, you know, in the background. That's really cool.
That's what I'd say. Yeah.
You would say. No, I think it's win all the way around for Liverpool Football Club. You know, I look at where Man United have been better than us in many regards, apart from the obvious, but you know, like the Ryan Giggs thing, I think they fucked that up. Yeah. You know, because they pushed it. I know it's great. They pushed it, you know, too much too soon. You know, they handled his career perfectly. Ryan Giggs had the perfectly managed career from start to finish until he got given the caretaker job at United, then made assistant and then binned off. Well, there's Ryan Giggs potentially lost forever to that football club because of the way he was handled with the Mourinho thing. Steven Gerrard, you get all the benefits of having Steven Gerrard there without any of the pressure of whether he's good enough to do anything. I don't see how you can possibly lose with the decision that they've made and that he's made. And yeah, I think we're all...
And again, there's an angle there where I don't think many football clubs that I know anyway have taken, and that's, you know, I think a lot of managers nowadays have a problem in controlling players because of the amount of money that they're on, the lifestyles that they lead outside of football. Whereas now we've got a youth coach or a coach in the academy setup who understands everything that's going to happen to them, what they're going to go through in their playing career. And as great as some of our youth coaches have been, and we've had some good academy coaches, they're not fucking world megastars who've earned all the fucking money, who've travelled the world with their football team, who've captained their team. They're just coaches, they're good coaches.
Captain of England as well.
Yeah, and if you can have a good coach that's done all of that stuff as well, then we've stolen the march on every club in the Premier League as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, yeah, completely agree. But let us know your thoughts on the whole thing in the comments below, if you would, please. I think everyone in here is agreement that it's a good move, and we all wish Steven Gerrard the best for his future career at Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, click the Redmen TV icon to subscribe to the channel and check out some incredible exclusive videos on the redmentv.com this week. Brilliant as always. Red's transfer roundup. Does the performance against Bournemouth indicate that we need to go and buy another senior centre half? Watch that show and find out.
So we've got a brand new range of merchandise available as modelled by Mr. Paul Machin. We've got the Dreams and Songs signature collection as well. Go and check out the new site. Do it now and help support the show.